Ladies and gentlemen, that is the semifinal game for the third place trophy. We have the championship game coming up between Incarnation and Our Lady of Loretto. Stand by.
And it looks like I'm losing this fight.
Championship game, Our Lady of the Ridge, 5th grade league between our Loretta and Incarnation.
We're just getting ready for the start of the action here, this championship game. I'm Don Prattle, and with me is Jack Hallberg. We expect quite a barn burner in this matchup, don't we, Coach?
Don, I think we both thought that Incarnation would be back in this game because we seen this team last year as 4th graders in the consolation game. And Loretta won the 5th grade league last year, and this is a completely different group of boys now in 5th grade. So Don, they had mentioned earlier that these teams had met 3 times, and Loretta had won by a total of 5 points. So I think we can expect a great one tonight.
And from the first possession, number 44 for Incarnation.
Oh, that's for Loretta.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
For Loretto. Wesley Siska will go to the line. You know, for those of you, if you're just joining the telecast, please don't adjust your TV set. This is Worth Junior High School in Worth, Illinois. These are 4th and 5th grade basketball players. But they are big 4th and 5th grade basketball players, as we might mention as we go along here. This is Incarnation in red, and Loretto in white. And Wesley Siska, number 44, is quite a specimen for a 5th grader, but he pulls down that rebound, and he gets it to Mike Minervini, number 7, to Casey, number 22, to the Lancers of Our Lady Loretto. Quite a disciplined approach as opposed to the pressing style the St. Linus Warhawks showed us in the earlier game.
Our Lady of Loretto, Don, starts Siska, Strelo, Weston, Casey, and Minervini. Casey and Minervini are the guards. This team has played a lot of ball together this year, and they're a very, very, very good 5th grade team.
There's a scramble underneath as Steve Weston pulls it away from number 31, Craig Taxi. Taxi's a big fella, too, and he's going to crowd the inbounder here.
I think we remember Taxi last year. As the one thing, Don, he did is tremendous free throw shooter in that game.
Again, the no press rule comes into play here, as we mentioned earlier in the last game. These teams will be stopped from pressing the throw-ins until 1 minute left in each of the halves.
Don, again, we remember Barcelona from last year as a good ball handler who can go either way and go either way with great quickness.
And he goes hard. Is exactly right. This is Barcelona. And he finds Hughes, who puts it up, and it's rebounded by Weston. Steve Weston of the Lancers. Casey gets it up real quickly. And he travels in the corner. It'll go back over to the Incarnation, the Chargers.
Weston passed into Siska, who made his move to the basket and got called for the travel, Don. Weston's already made himself a mark with three quick rebounds.
Steve Bruno, number 25, shot from the corner, and it was missed. And Kevin Casey takes it back over for Incarnation, but Craig Taxi steals it. We've got Barcelona into the front court. He's a whirling dervish down the lane. He puts it up. An excellent move, Coach.
Barcelona has got one thing that you don't see a lot of kids at this level have, and that is he can go as quick to his left as he does to his right.
That was an excellent move, a spinning move in the lane. Makes the score 2-2 with 3:46 in the left in the first quarter here.
Loretta came through the regular season here down with a 10-0 mark, and it included 2 victories over Incarnation, 22-21 and 29-26. foul on the big guy, then.
Taxi picks up his first foul. It's Incarnation's second team foul. And, Weston's looking for somebody. He tried to get it to Kevin Casey, but Casey loses it out of bounds back over to the Incarnation Chargers. And Jim Barcelona brings it into the front court. Mike Hughes got it over to Steve Bruno, who put in a nice shot.
I mentioned in the first game about with Cunningham. You're going to see two good guards here for Our Lady of Loretta and Minervini and Casey. Casey, that time, it just came flying down the floor with his head up all the way. Looks like a real good ball handler.
That foul is on number 24, Piccola. Mike Piccola picking up Incarnation's third team foul. On the wing to Taxi. Taxi in the middle, and he's fouled on the floor by the little guy.
Casey knew where the ball was that time, and when Taxi brought the ball down, Casey was there.
We might mention that Wes Siska took real good position to make Taxi turn into the double team. And Taxi would go to the line. He's conspicuous at the line. Wouldn't you say, Coach?
I remember last year down in the fourth quarter of that game, this kid stepped to the line and buried 8 straight.
And he's off to a good start there.
Incarnation's coached by Dan Tracy and Kevin Hamlin and John Seelip.
Taxi hits another one.
Don, does he have a nice touch for a kid in 5th grade from that line?
3:21 to go in the first quarter. 6-2 the Incarnation Chargers over the Loretto Lancers.
Siska's calling for that ball in the middle. Strelo took a shot from the right corner that was just wide.
Mike Hughes hard on the drive, looking to pass. Finds Barcelona, who takes it into the middle. Piccola's shot is up and no.
Weston's got 4 rebounds in 3 minutes. He's doing a good job of controlling the boards.
Minervini into the front court to Weston. I'm sorry, to Kevin Casey. Underneath to Weston. Billy Strelo got the rebound, put it up.
And Mike Hughes over the back, Don.
And we're going to take a timeout.
Don, fouls could have a bearing on this game because with it being the championship and with being the 2 quality teams, we're probably not going to see as much substitution as you would in an ordinary game. When you get this far, of course, both coaches are going to do their utmost to win, so they're probably will go with their starters the majority of the time. Loretta, Our Lady of Loretto is trying to cap a tremendously successful season. We had many good teams at Loretto over the years in different age groups, but I doubt if any has ever accomplished what this team has overall. They're entering tonight's game with a 48-2 record. I mean, really outstanding job done by Mike Minervini and Kevin Casey.
Absolutely. Strelo throws it in to Kevin Casey, who's at the top of the key to his big man, Wes Siska. Shot missed. Strelo with the rebound. And Barcelona brings it up quick, but waits. And the Chargers set up. This is Piccola from long range, and he misses.
That's Weston again. Weston's doing a real good job on the weak side rebound.
Minervini to Cisco. Got Taxi out of his way quick. Cisco fights for the rebound. Fights Taxi, puts it up again. And we've got a Charger rebound, actually. Nice move by Barcelona. Hughes in trouble on the sideline of Barcelona. Piccola shoots, misses. Taxi with the rebound. He's off. And the Lancers turning around in a hurry. This is...
Casey does a real nice job of ball handling.
Blocked by Taxi, a clean block. And Barcelona will break it to Piccola to Taxi, who shoots over Ziska.
Lady Loretta's doing a good job on rebound both ways, and there's a great move by
Minervini takes it all the way. Taxi clears the board for Incarnation. Barcelona being harassed at half court. He picks up his dribble to Piccola. Inside to the big guy, Taxi all the way. Nice move.
Taxi for a fifth grader has very, very good body control. Siska just comes down and matches him down.
Ziska answers. That makes the score 8-4 with 43 seconds left in the first quarter here. Fifth grade championship basketball from Worth Junior High School. Hughes in trouble, and he's tied up by Wes Ziska.
They'll keep it down here, Dan. It's change of possession to Incarnation.
Good look at the two big guys there on the screen, Ziska and Taxi. What a matchup this has turned into between these two men.
And these are two big, excellent out-of-bounds plays. They took them away from the basket and threw them right down the lane.
That's number 25, Steve Bruno with the basket on Incarnation. And the Lancers rebound cleared by Barcelona to Hughes inside. Steve Bruno's fouled on the floor. We heard walk being called. It was a close one there. However, it looked like he didn't have position.
Tim Green in the game for Our Lady Loretta as we've got 6 seconds left of the quarter in a 10-4 game.
Taxi into Hughes. Shoots from the baseline. No. Minervini comes out of the scramble with it. He's trying to get it ahead to Green. And hit counts.
Casey at the buzzer. Down at,
Oh, it wasn't Green. I'm sorry.
Kevin Casey at the buzzer. We're 10-6 at the quarter. Dan, we had a tremendous amount of action packed into 6 minutes of basketball. It's hard to believe that there was only 16 points scored, which is a lot of scoring for this level. But the way these kids played, boy, I don't think you could see a much better played first quarter of basketball, because we've seen it all for this level. We've seen good free throw shooting. We've seen good defense. We've seen Casey at one end and Barcelona at the other end without standing guard play, and then we got the matchup of the big men. You know, so boy, we had a. This is just these two teams really match up good, Don. I can see why these first 3 encounters were as close as they were. It's hard to pick between the two of them.
Getting ready to start second half action.
Second quarter, Dan.
Second quarter action, sorry.
10-6 and Incarnation in the lead.
Minervini inside. He finds Weston, who... Okay, and in a change of possession, it'll go back over to the Incarnation Chargers. Chargers in red, Lancers in white.
Keep in mind, Dan, at the last 2 minutes, you can't press, and you're going to see both of these teams really come at each other in the last 2 minutes.
Taxi puts his head down in the lane, and he scores.
He's going to be hard to stop, Dan, because he does excellent body control for a kid his size.
It's a long range by Weston.
Casey's very smart, Don. He's seen the ball carome off of an Incarnation player, and rather than take a chance of diving for a ball and having to go off him, he let it go out of bounds.
From the corner, that's... who was that?
That was Green.
Oh, that was Green. All right. Got it straight. This Barcelona...
I'm sorry, that was Strelo. Strelo's back in.
But Barcelona, in a quick burst of speed there, picks up a foul. Number 22, Casey fouls. We may have missed a foul in the first quarter. However, I think that's the first foul this half on the Our Lady Loretto Lancers.
They've got the big guy out of the game now, Don. Siska's out. Casey knows that ball's coming in. As the ball was in, he come down and caused the turnover.
Frank Vitaco, number 41, into the game for Incarnation. Oh, I'm sorry. That's wrong again. These guys are all about the same size, Jack. I'm having my hands full. I'm sorry. That's...
Siska's back in now. They just put Siska back in.
Mike Carr into the game for Incarnation.
Siska's back in for Loretta, so you got Siska being matched up against the big man from Incarnation again, because...
Seems as though there was a mix-up on the sideline in the substitution, just as we were mixed up on this side. Craig Taxi's not mixed up.
Down with Taxi being able to shoot free throws the way he does at this age level and with his size, knowing that he's going to go to the line a lot through his grade school career. It's such an asset for a kid of his size to be able to shoot free throws because, I mean, we're looking here with Loretta having a kid the size of Siska to match up for him. You can imagine how dominant he would be without a big man to match up with him.
Exactly. Taxi, and he seems to protect his younger or his smaller teammates quite well. Calling for the ball there.
Casey again forces the turnover.
He thinks he was fouled by Siska, but I think it was Wes Siska had good position that time, was able to cut off the lane.
Casey and Minervini at the guards, both of their dads are their coaches, and you can see they've spent a lot of time talking about basketball. It was a nice weak side rebound for Strelo.
Billy Strelo put that one in for the Lancers. Makes it 13-8. Taxi on the baseline over Siska. He scores. I think the big guy's starting to heat up.
Well, I'll say that, Don. He has been impressive so far. Siska pumps that one off the board from about 8 feet. Siska's figuring if Taxi's doing it, so am I. And this has just been a great matchup with two good quality players.
That makes it 15-10.
Siska just did a real nice job of getting his hands on the ball.
Minervini's quick into the front court. He's a turnaround move by Mike Minervini, sorry. And he misses. This is Jim Barcelona. Ooh, nothing but net.
That would have been a three-pointer in high school. He was out just at about 20 feet, and he just buried it, Don.
17-10 as Jim Barcelona puts the long one.
Boy,
answers it right away.
Siska has put in some twilight shots for a big man. I mean, he's just not scoring from around the basket.
Grimming, no, it's up. Rebound is off to Steve Weston. This is Mike Minervini on the drive. Strelo with the rebound.
That was a great move by Minervini. He created that basket. He actually drove past 4 Incarnation players and missed the shot, but the reload by Strelo was laid in.
Jim Barcelona at the top of the key trying to call a play out. And
it's Weston again on that rebound. That's about 7 rebounds for him already, man.
Weston rebounds Bruno's shot, and here's he on the other end, taken by Craig Taxi. Jimmy Barcelona behind the back dribble in 5th grade. I love it, Coach.
I tell you, 3-second call, and he was camped in there for quite a while. I'm really impressed with Incarnation and Our Lady of Loretto, though, Don. These really are just, boy, are these 2 good 5th grade basketball teams. And I've seen a lot of grade school games over my time, but for 5th grade teams, these are 2 really good teams. And it's not just 1 or 2 players that are good on both teams, Don. These are 2 solid teams.
Hughes pulls down that rebound and gives it to the ever-present Barcelona. Back to Hughes.
Did you see that pass? It hardly even touched Barcelona's hand, and he had it into Taxi.
Mike Carr, number 41 for the Chargers. Nice job there.
We're on the bonus. Lady Loretta's going to be on the bonus. We'll see if this north end of the gym is as cold as it was in game number 1 for both of the teams that played in the first game. It's Billy Strelo. I don't know.
I think we may have hit on something there, Coach. Barcelona quick on the outlet, and he's driving over Minervini, scores.
Minervini did a good job of playing defense and tried to do everything he could to distract Barcelona, but he is just tough to stop in the open court. Casey with 2 good hands.
From behind the basket, Taxi clears the rebound, but he's tied up by the 2 smallest guys on the court on the floor.
We're in that last 2 minutes, Dan, and with Minervini and Casey both being as quick as they are, we're going to see some full court pressure right now.
Chargers try to inbound. This is Taxi at Barcelona.
Why did he do a nice job, Ben?
Nice job. This is Mike Carr to Barcelona. They're going to slow it down. 1:17 left in the first half. 19-14 this score. Incarnation Lancers, or Chargers over the Our Lady of Loretto Lancers. Again, Weston with the rebound. Giving away some size in there, but he does an awful nice job.
He's got those hands.
Up.
Passed the ball in between two players, Don, and they both thought the other was going to grab it. They're still set up with pressure, though. Casey again. Boy, he got some nice hands.
From 15 feet. He misses. Taxi with the rebound. This is Mike Minervini. He finds Weston. He's fouled. A shooting foul.
And the coaches are in this game. The crowd is in this game. I tell you, we're missing some NCAA basketball games tonight, and I don't mind missing them.
I don't mind it.
This is really two fine teams for this level.
There's nothing like a championship game at any level.
Oh, boy, I tell you. Weston's going to have a pair here, Dan. Barcelona and Minervini at half court, just walking back and forth, standing next to each other. Boy, they had a good matchup.
You can't help but wonder, Coach, if we're not going to see this matchup again down the road. And what a rebound from the floor without even jumping. That was Casey, I believe. And Incarnation is forced into a turnover here by the quick
We're in the
guards.
last 36 seconds now, down to the 19-16 game.
Minervini splits the defense.
Nice move, but he walked.
There wasn't much daylight there, and he found it.
Hey, he can fly. Taxi head up, did a nice job there. Boy, they've had some tough rolls on that basket. Incarnation could have had 3 more baskets.
Exactly. Steve Bruno's going to be talking to himself. He got a nice pass from Piccola.
Casey.
Strips Barcelona, and Barcelona fouls him.
Don, Casey knows where every player is on the floor in just about every situation. This kid is really a smart 5th grade basketball player. He knew when that ball came to Barcelona that exactly the way Barcelona would be turning, and Casey was right in the position to make that steal.
These are big free throws.
13 seconds in a 3-point game. 13 seconds to halftime.
And he finds that one. Mike Carr to Jim Barcelona. Back to Carr. Fine underneath to Piccola. The shot would have counted had it fallen.
Don, this game is just about where everybody that has seen these teams thought it would be. It's a 2-point game at halftime, and then I tell you, you'd really have to dig to find anything negative about the way that either one of these teams played. I mean, we're just watching 2 really good, solid, fundamental teams. I mean, these kids in the first half did a lot of things that you'd like to see kids in 8th grade do fundamentally. They played both ends of the floor. I thought the ball handling was excellent. They both rebound well. They're both schooled on the little things. In other words, the fact that the ball is going to come off on the weak side the majority of time. Somebody has always been there for the rebound. Taxi is, I mean, we talked about him earlier as far as the free throws and that soft touch for a big kid and what an asset that it could be. And Don, you get a kid in a grade school level that can go into a game and get 6, 8, 10 free throws in a game. Just think of what he does to his average.
Of the 19 points Incarnation has, Craig Taxi has 9 points in the first half. As we said, we've seen some excellent play on both teams here, Coach. What would you be telling your team in the locker room at halftime?
Don, there's not much you can say now other than the fact that play as hard as you did in the first half. And I don't think that either coach is going to have to reinforce that statement too many times because, as evidenced by the first half, these two teams really know how to play hard. I think that when in coaching kids at this level, that's the first thing you look for, is to be able to have your team come out and to be able to actually play hard for 24 minutes of basketball. And as evidenced by these teams' record and the fact that they're in this championship game and what they've done in the season overall, that's exactly what you're going to hope to accomplish. Neither team's in foul trouble, so you don't really have too much of a worry about that. The ball has been around the rim for both teams all night. Neither team has taken too many bad shots. I mean, you're always going to have a few bad shots at this level, just from the excitement that these kids have. But overall, it's just been such a well-played game. Both teams, Don, really utilize the quickness asset that they have. Barcelona is smart, handles the ball, controls the tempo of the game. Very, very good for Incarnation. He's got a big kid, Taxi, to be able to work off of. I think Taxi does a good job down once he gets the ball, and not only scoring, but also of being able to drop the ball back out. He does a good job when he's overplayed of getting that ball back out. At the other side, I just think that the teams match up so well because Loretta has an individual as big as Siska to at least to some degree offset Taxi. And beside that tonight, Siska's also scored 3 baskets. And down to the 3 baskets that he scored in the first half were difficult shots. I mean, it wasn't like just taking the ball down and putting the ball back up on a rebound. He was, 6, 8, 10 feet out, but with somebody as big as Taxi on him. And I was impressed with Weston on the boards and with Strelo, but you really, really have to like Loretta's guards. Casey and Minervini both. They're so quick. They're very, very smart. And they do a good job of offsetting the guards that Incarnation has. So I think really what you see here is two teams that match up so well. And in basketball, games are matchups. But I mean, you could see the talent level with these two teams easily at the 5th grade level, just completely destroying a lot of teams. Now there are some really, really good teams at this level around. I seen a kid from St. Damian's this year that I thought was probably the quickest 5th grade kid that I've seen. So the talent level at this grade must be very, very, very good, as evidenced by a first half as fine as what we've seen tonight.
I was developing that question, Coach, as with all your years of grade school coaching experience, how good are these teams area-wide, and how much effect do you think that has on the level of our, say, high school players, or even the players that would go on into college ranks?
Well, Don, the pyramid effect gets greater, of course, once you get out of high school. I mean, you can go back over the years, and I'm from Our Lady of Loretta, you're from Our Lady of the Ridge, and think of some of the tremendous basketball players that we've had come through our program, and then think of how few of them play high school ball and how few play college ball because of that pyramid effect. But there definitely is some high school players on the floor tonight. I mean, we definitely will be seeing that. And as far as college level, Don, that's really something that's difficult to say because of the one thing is you never know how hard any one kid is going to work. And to play at that level, you have to be a tremendously dedicated athlete. That was just to recap, Don, it's 1917 Incarnation, and we can hope for a second half as good as the first.
And Mike Minervini inbounds the ball to Kevin Weston as Loretto in the white. As Billy Strelo shoots from the corner, we're getting a foul called.
That was Weston shooting from the corner down.
Sorry.
I've got a big advantage because I know these kids.
It's a huge advantage, Coach.
Right. Weston, Weston was just a little bit wide on that shot.
Weston fights for the rebound. He pulled it away from Ziska, his own big man that time. He doesn't take anything from anyone, does he?
He's got his brother's in 8th grade. His brother's a very, very good basketball player on Our Lady Loretta's 8th grade team.
Nice move from the side. That's who was that? That was
12. That was Mike Hughes.
That was Mike Hughes.
Yeah. Mike's solid on both ends of the floors. He's just one of these kids that works real hard on both ends of the floor. Incarnation has 5 solid kids on the floor, Don. I mean, there's nobody that you try to hide out here. Look at Casey.
Good steal by Kevin Casey. He's going to go all the way. Oh, we're going to get a travel call. Good defense by Barcelona. He pulled up a little short. I think he confused him.
And you're seeing it on both ends of the floors. You're just seeing matchups, good offense on a steal, good heads-up defense with position defense on the other end of the floor. The second half started out exactly the same way the first half was played.
Steve Bruno hits that one from the baseline to make the score 23-19 with 4:50 to go in the third quarter here.
You just can't concentrate on Taxi or Barcelona as you could on a lot of teams because the other 3 players who you might call support players in some regard, you got kids like Bruno and you got kids like Hughes. I mean, they just are solid players. All 10 of these kids on the floor really play hard. Loretta comes back, ties the game, and all of a sudden the next 2 times down the floor, Incarnation goes back up 4 again.
A good look at Mike Piccolo. He had a little stoppage of action so he could take care of a loose shoelace.
Piccolo plays so hard. I just watched the intensity on that kid the entire game. These are just 10 solid players that are on the floor.
Inside to Taxi. He finds Piccolo on the back door. And tipped away from him. Good quick hands again. Steve Weston.
Right in the passing lane, Don. We're just seeing 2 teams that just are going at each other on both ends of the floor.
Vini to Casey down the sideline. Good pick set over there. Up. Ziska outfights Taxi. Taxi with the rebound. Barcelona's going to try and outrun the defense. He stops, he looks. We're scrambling down there, Taxi. And he's fouled on it. Wes Cisco will pick up his, I think, second foul.
Those are the toughest kind when you play good defense, force a shot that doesn't go in, and then on a scramble, the other team's big man picks the ball up and drops the ball back in. And Don, you hate, if you're Loretta's coaching staff, you hate to see Taxi at the line. And if you're the coaching staff of Incarnation, Dan Taxi, Kevin Hainline, and John Seelob, you love to see Taxi at the line because this kid is radar.
It was a nice move set up by Mike Hughes. Drove and had nowhere to go, but he found the big man. They know where to go.
Taxi's got great extension. We're going to see a timeout right about now, I'd imagine. Sure, there it is. Kevin Casey and Mike Minervini, the coaching staffs of Our Lady of Loretta, see a 7-point game. Don, what they're going to talk to right now is just to be able to say, look, we've been in this situation before. Just don't panic. Play good, solid ball. Good things will happen. We want to try to keep the game at a 4-point game going into the 4th quarter. On the other hand, the coaching staff at Incarnation can say, hey, look, we're up 7 now. Let's keep doing the same sound fundamental things we just did for the first 2 minutes and 5 seconds of the quarter. And let's try to extend this lead where we can get that 10-point lead going into the 4th quarter. Again, so many things can happen at this level in the last 2 minutes, Don, because you're going to see the pressing, and most of the teams will keep their timeouts down the stretch as well.
Mike Minervini brings it up for the Our Lady of Loretto Lancers in white. To Ziska, to Casey, down low, that's Strelo. To Minervini, drives the lane, he's up. He's picked up the foul, number 24, Mike Picola.
I believe he's going to call out of bounds. I thought he was going to call a shooting foul. That was close.
Nice play. Ziska with the rebound to Weston. To Ziska. It's around the rim and no.
Must be this rim. Incarnation had a couple of rollers in the first half, and now in that sequence, Ziska had a couple alone. That was a big time down, though, because that would have cut it to 5. Now look at Casey. Casey knew the ball was going in there, Don. He was there as the pass went in.
It was a good pass. Taxi had both hands on it, and the next thing you know, the little guy, Kevin Casey, gets both his hands, ties him up, goes back to Incarnation. It's a bad pass. It gets away. Minervini's going to outrun Barcelona. No foul. Barcelona made a nice defensive play. He finds the big guy on the other side. Taxi throws it up from under the basket. He reached back and put it away.
Boy, that was some kind of move, Don. I didn't think he had a prayer on that from the position of where he caught the ball. Minervini really going for the basket hard. Incarnation calling for a charge. In that situation, though, that was a block. I mean, there was a small opening there, and the coach in Incarnation agrees. I mean, he looked over at his player and said, no, that was a block.
Minervini's quick that time.
Oh, quick. The kid's got wheels.
That time Hughes had no choice but to get the hip out. Siska shoots it over.
I think Siska's better with somebody in his face, Don. The tougher the shot. The tougher the shot, the better he is at making it. This is a big time down. I mean, Loretta has got to cut into the 7-point lead, and Incarnation is trying their hardest to extend it.
About 2:41 left in the third quarter. Cola to Barcelona to Hughes. And Minervini wasn't quite quick enough that time to stop.
They're going to. Both of
12,
these teams are. Excuse me, Dan. Both of these teams are so aggressive. You are going to see the game starting to be called just a little bit tighter now. These refs will have to do it, and they are doing it.
Inbound Barcelona to Hughes. To try to look underneath the taxi. We've got 3 seconds. I'm not sure that one was on taxi.
We're down to 2:25, and it's a 7-point, 28-21 Incarnation lead.
Minervini wants Siska to come out a little bit. Across the middle, Minervini throws up a hook. He misses. Taxi with the rebound. They're not getting second shots, the Lancers.
No, all of a sudden, Taxi's really making itself felt.
Weston has to have nearly as many rebounds on the other end. Casey with a hook, misses. Barcelona has to pick up his dribble. He's getting a little defense there.
And Minervini did a good job of stopping that break. And against most teams, Barcelona would have had that ball and been at the other end of the floor for a layup then.
Taxi at the top of the key. In the lane. And he's fouled on the floor. To get the U cheers out of the Incarnation crowd. We see the score, 28-21 with 1:43 left in the third quarter. It's the Incarnation Chargers against the Our Lady of Loretto Lancers. Jim Barcelona into the front court at the top of the key. He sets the play to Hughes. Back out on the wing, back to Barcelona. They let a long one fly. Taxi underneath. He gets the rebound. He puts it away.
He's really using his size to an advantage. He just bodied up that time. Casey, oh my goodness, what a sweet move coming down the right side. Great penetration move.
30-23 the score. This is Jim Barcelona. He finds Mike Hughes. Inside to Craig Taxi. Takes a dribble on and he goes up. No,
Don, did you see what hand he shot that ball with?
He shot it with his
left hand.
Mike Minervini.
He got him before the shot, but I tell you that there are some really quality players out here for 5th grade. I mean, how often do you see that? Catch the ball high post, drive to the bucket, and lay it up with the left hand, and the ball just curled out. At the other end, Minervini made a real good move.
Minervini put his shoulder down, I think, but he travels. I think he was bracing himself for a collision there, and and shuffled his step.
Both teams, both teams' benches are really in this game, Don. I mean, there's nothing passive about Our Lady of Loretto or Incarnation's bench. They're really in the game.
Jim Barcelona, again, the floor leader for the Lancers, or the Chargers.
Casey again with the steal. Now, he knows where Minervini is, but he takes it himself and does a great job. He glanced over to get the defensive man sliding toward Minervini and took it himself.
30-25 with 19 seconds left as Barcelona is calling for one shot as he takes it. On the wing is Piccola. Back to Barcelona, to Piccola. To Barcelona, takes the one shot. It's going to be good. He missed a shot, though. Billy Strelo came out of the pack with the ball after the buzzer.
Don, in that quarter, Incarnation did what they had to do. They extended their lead, and now it's a 5-point game. This is definitely a game that could go either way, but Our Lady of Loretto's Lancers made a run. They made a run at Incarnation only to have Incarnation come back and go up by 5, 30-25. Don, I think we should take a moment just to to announce the entire team. And Our Lady of Loretta, the starting team, Wes Siska, Billy Strelo, Steve Weston, Kevin Casey, and Mike Minervini, we mentioned. We also got Mike Pazda, Brian Clifton, Jeremy Keating, Brian Strelo, Pat Clifton, Jeff Burke, Tim Green, and Frankie Vataco. And the water boy is Ross Minervini.
Well, the Incarnation Chargers are, of course, Craig Taxi, Mike Hughes, Jim Barcelona, Mike Picola, and Steve Bruno. In addition to Mike Mickow, Mark Widmer, Mike Carr, John Celeb, Rick Jawar, Brian Houlihan, and David Rogers.
Minervini penetrated in tight.
Strelo fights for the rebound. He puts it up.
Strelo wasn't going to be denied that time, Don. He not only made a strong move for the basket, he came right down to with a man hanging over and put the ball in.
30-27 the score.
Mike Carr's in the game now for Incarnation.
Barcelona looks for the big man, gets to Taxi. Taxi, the crowd is calling for a travel. He puts his shoulder down on Siska, and Siska gets that rebound.
Casey gave good help-out defense to Siska. Here comes Minervini on the fly.
Flips the defense, misses Taxi with the rebound, and he gets it to Barcelona. Down the lane, up, and it falls.
God, wasn't that nice body control for a fifth-grade kid, though? I mean, that was just an actual jump shot.
Excellent move. On the other end, I think we have Kevin Casey's going to pick up the foul, or is that?
No, he's going to be shooting. We'll call the block.
Okay.
That was a tough call to make either way. Thirty 32-27 with 5 minutes to go in the final quarter of the championship game of Our Lady of the Ridge League. Jack Perrett's got to be happy with the way this game is going from the standpoint of pleasing everybody that's here watching it, because it's really been a great game.
Jack puts a lot of time in with this tournament, as he has for 4 years we've been working on the television end of it.
He sure does. He's a dedicated guy.
It's a good look at Jimmy Barcelona, the point guard of the Chargers. Ryan Taxi's fouled by, he called that one on Kevin Casey. Casey likes to get his hands in there. Out of bounds, Taxi.
Incarnation's not going to be in any big hurry this time down.
Barcelona to Carr, to Bruno, to Barcelona. Takes a shot, misses. Taxi with the rebound. He goes up, he's fouled. Basket is good.
Don, that time down, Incarnation did exactly what they had to do. They ran about 20 seconds off the clock. They had their best shooter take the shot, a good shot. Taxi, knowing where he had to be, went right to the weak side rebound and laid the ball back in. This could be a real big three-point play. Boy, am I impressed with that kid from the line, though. He's automatic.
35-27 to score. The Incarnation Chargers over the Loretto Lancers. Nice play. Strelo can't find it. He gets his own rebound, puts it up, misses. Again, a rebound to Strelo, but he can't save it.
Siska did a nice job on that pass. Everybody came to him, and he dropped the ball off to Strelo. The ball just didn't drop. They're going to keep going to Taxi. If you get Taxi on the bonus, Don, and you're going to put him to the line eventually, that's one place that they just don't want him to be. Loretta's coming in with a couple of changes now. Strelo and Minervini are both going out.
Taxi will inbound. He gives to Barcelona, puts it up in traffic, and misses. Gets his own rebound off the floor. And misses again, and this is Weston with the ball.
Pat Clifton's in the game now, number 30. Number 35, Tim Green.
Shot from the side by Casey.
Green came down on the weak side that time and really crashed the boards, as Loretta's been doing all night. The only difference was on that particular occasion. There was good position defense by number 41, I believe, Mike Carr, Dan.
And Mike Carr will go to the line here.
Dan, look at that clock. This is a very, very important time of the game. 3 minutes and 48 seconds left, and Incarnation is on the bonus.
Mike Carr will test that north end jinx, and it hurts him. The rebound is thrown in by number 25, Steve Bruno. Bruno's been working hard all night. I'm glad that one paid off for him.
Bruno and Hughes, they're just constantly working hard.
Weston's shot from the corner is missed. That's Green with the rebound. Casey from long range.
Loretto wants to be in a spot down where at the 2-minute mark they can be within 6 points, because anything can happen once they go to the press. Incarnation's not going to be in any hurry, but boy, did they move that
nice
ball.
Nice pass to Taxi, and he shoots from under the basket. That's the second time tonight he's had to do that.
Dan, these are two really well-coached teams. I mean, Incarnation does a good job of running their offense both times down when they needed baskets.
We have Casey. Tries to get it into Ziska is knocked away to Weston along the baseline. Good ball handling. Good ball handling.
Look at the intensity on Picola's face, though. Boy, is he out there playing defense.
He certainly is. Ziska with the rebound over Taxi. Taxi with the rebound. And they turn it around, and this is Jim Barcelona. He pulls up and shoots, misses.
They got Taxi that time, but he can afford a couple. He's just going to have to calm himself down a little bit. But boy, I tell you, he plays with such intensity. It's a hard thing to do. It's a hard thing to turn it off when you do get that foul called on you. But that time, Don, he was flying down the court. He's got good agility for a big guy. And you look at the size of his dad. He's going to be a good-sized player.
The book I'm keeping is unofficial, of course. However, I have him listed it with 19 points.
Yeah, 19 out of 39. Dan, the thing about it is it's not a one-man team. I mean, they've gone to him in situations, and I mean, he's made his free throws. But you can't walk out against this team and say, okay, we're going to stop Taxi alone because Barcelona will kill you. You can't come out and say we're going to stop Taxi and Barcelona because their other three kids are all excellent players. Picola he just has fire in his eyes when he's coming out on defense.
Bruno and
Hughes and Bruno or Carr, I mean, they all can put the ball in the basket. Loretta and Our Lady of Loretta in exactly the same way. They've got five individuals out there that really support each other well on the floor. Loretta's going to have to really come down fast now. They're going to have to get good shots, but they're going to have to get them off quick.
Weston's shot is missed, but it's rebound underneath.
And that's what you want, Dan. What Loretta wants to do right now is to try to score some points with the clock stopped. Strelo and Weston both do a good job on the rebound. Strelo got that ball, put it back up, and got fouled. You got 2:20 to go now. You got your clock stopped. So what Loretta's hoping here is that Strelo can at least bury one of these. A little long. Well, let's watch the matchup with Siska and Taxi on the left side of the basket.
Strelo goes for his 5th point.
Ball comes to the other side, and there's Weston again. Casey's got the shot there.
Rimming, no.
Taxi really wanted that rebound down.
Did a nice job of getting Wes Siska on his back that time. Get the good position.
We're going to be under that 2-minute mark, so you're going to see the press. And here comes Casey with another steal.
Casey splits the defense all the way. Misses the layup. We've got a foul on the floor.
It's on Barcelona, I believe.
Barcelona picks up his 2nd foul.
Casey tried to draw the foul and make the basket. The ball just didn't drop for him. 10-point game with the pressing rule. It's going to be hard for Loretta to come back because you're looking at 6 possessions, but it definitely can be done. I mean, they've got their timeouts saved, and Casey and Minervini, both as coaches, know how to utilize them.
Siska with a jump shot. Can't pick up the free throw. Weston with the rebound, and he can't make. Now we've got Casey on a steal. The press is in effect. As you saw, there's a situation where Loretto's going to maintain possession here because they pressed. Strela from the baseline. Clean as a whistle.
8-point game in the press. They're going to want the ball in Barcelona's hands as much as possible and in with the outlet to Taxi.
Hughes with a miss. And Strela with the rebound. And he finds Casey underneath from the baseline. Casey puts one in. 39-33. The lead is shrinking as Barcelona at half court, and
You're going to see a timeout now, Don.
Absolutely, Coach. That press, Piccolo was stopped dead in his tracks. He knew he wanted to get it up court. They were having some trouble with the press, and he knew he wanted to move it up. He didn't have anywhere to go.
Coach Taxi calls the timeout, which you can see coming. Loretta's cut it from 10 down to 6 with 1:19 in the ball. This is a big, big time down. I think one thing that they're probably going to, that Incarnation will probably do here is I'd put Taxi out. I wouldn't have him taking the ball out of bounds here, Don. I'd put him in the middle of the floor and have Siska on his back and use him as the man to be able to break the press in the middle of the floor, because he's smart, he's got good hands, and then once he gets the ball, he can look to get the ball in Barcelona's hands, bringing the ball down. But Loretta does play good passing lane defense, and Don, you can imagine, as in any level, what factors turnovers will make. Turnovers and free throws in the last minute and 20.
Both teams are in the bonus here as Minervini throws the ball to Casey, to Weston from long range in the corner. (39-35), a 4-point game. We've got an Incarnation. We've got a, let's see.
They cut it to 4. Loretta's cut it to 4. Incarnation still has the lead, 39-35. He called that on Casey as Barcelona was driving into the corner.
It's Casey's 4th foul, and Mike Hughes will go to the line for a 1-and-1.
Casey's got to be careful, if there is such a thing as being careful when you're down with 1:06 to go. No rim, Dan.
Hughes can't get the rim, and Loretta will get. We have a lane violation on the Loretto Lancers. We'll put Hughes back on the line.
That's a big, big, big call if Hughes could convert on either one of these free throws, Dan. Siska's got to keep Taxi off the boards, because a rebound basket here on that side could be awful tough to overcome with 1:06 to go.
Hughes' shot is up. It's good. And he's going to get the bonus, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he didn't realize it, but the violation, of course, the lane violation made that his first shot, so he's still going to be at the line. 5-point game, 1:06. It was a 10-point game at the 2-minute mark.
Crucial mistake for the Lancers. Big break for the Chargers. Hughes misses the second half of his bonus attempt. Weston drives into the front court, shoots from the wing off the side of the basket, and no good. Good pass to clear that rebound by Steve Bruno, but it's stolen away here. Billy Strelo from the offside, and he puts it away.
Strelo did a good job. He knew Barcelona didn't want to stop the clock. We're at a 3-point game. They just got to watch that somebody's going to have to foul other than Casey. You don't want...
40-37, and we've got an open back call.
Yeah, that was a good call.
Corla had trouble finding a handle on that pass.
35 seconds. Casey's going to take the ball down.
To the baseline, he finds Weston. Weston to Casey from long range. Off the rim, no. Rebound by Strelo on the backside. I think Taxi got a hand on that one, and he finds Barcelona at half court. Barcelona all the way, drives, and he puts it away. Awful fancy move for a 5th grader.
That should do it for Incarnation, Don. We're down to the final 13 seconds. Weston from the twilight zone. Strelo with an excellent move.
Good read.
Don, if there was one way that Loretta could have won it, it would have been if Strelo's shot would have went in on that foul, but it's gonna. It doesn't look now. It looks like 8 seconds to go on the clock, Don. It's hard to read, 8 or 6. Strelo's going to have a pair here. He's going to have to hit the pair, and then they're going to have to try to play defense in such a way that they can get a 5-second call on the out-of-bounds play, convert, and then hope to try to be able to do it again. It's a tough task. I mean, this is a great game by 2 great teams.
Billy Strelo's done a nice job tonight. This will be his attempt at 9 points. And they're all backside baskets. I guess you'd call them a garbage basket, but it's pretty.
He hustles.
It's a work of art. He misses that one. The Incarnation bench getting ready for celebration, and they deserve it after this game. Weston puts up the rebound. He misses. The clock is going as West Siska puts in his 10th point. And that'll be all she wrote. 42-39, the Incarnation Chargers take the Our Lady of Loretto Lancers here.
Dan, I think there's one thing that we can say in regard to this game, and I do want to just take a moment to congratulate both teams. And I'd like to say that a lot of times in a championship game that one team will lose a game. In this particular situation, Loretta did not lose the game. Incarnation won it. Both teams played well enough to win. It's the type of game that it's a shame that one team had to get beat. But Loretta had beaten Incarnation by very, very close games. It's hard to beat a team as quality as Incarnation is 4 times in a season. Tonight was Incarnation's night. They were impressive. Our Lady of Loretto was impressive. And Casey and Minervini right now are over talking to the Loretta guys, and I'm sure that what they're saying right now is they have absolutely nothing to be ashamed of, that they really played a quality game. And I mean, Don, these teams are so evenly matched. I think if you had this team play if you had them play 100 times, they'd probably go 50-50.
Well, as we said earlier, Loretto had won 3 of these previous matchups this season. Incarnation manages to get this win, but in rather impressive form. You can't help but wonder, though, Coach, if it had been a pressing game, it may have been a different story. But the rules of this league, as we have said, would dictate the style of play.
Well, Dan, I think, you know...
There's a good look at Craig Taxi.
Yeah, you do see a difference sometimes on teams who are dominating on a 5th or 6th grade level, and when they get into the larger, the older levels, the 7th and 8th grade level, it might not be as dominating because of a lack of quickness. You won't find that, Don, on either one of these 2 teams. Both of these teams are not only very quick, but they're very, very, very good. Now, the one thing that both of these coaches will look to develop is probably a little more depth. You know, they'll look to try to go to maybe the 7th and 8th man. Jack Perroth now making the award presentation.
Jim's gotten a little quiet here as the festivities this evening draw to a close. From Worth Junior High School, this is Don Prattle with Jack Hallberg for the Our Lady of the Ridge Men's Club and the 5th grade championship game for the Our Lady of the Ridge 5th grade league. Once again, it's been a pleasure to work with you, Mr. Hallberg. Thank you very much.
Well, Dan, it seems like it's been a quick year. It's real good seeing you. And boy, I tell you, the last 2 years, we've had 2 great championship games.
We certainly have. And thanks once again to our friends at Multimedia.
Thank you very much.